Everything Brooklyn. I am Pat Brown along with my partner Sean McKissick and Sean. We have another conference game here between an opponent that Brooklyn should handle, but you got to play the game. Ooh, I don't hear you. Uh-oh, hold on. Technical difficulties, please stand by. Got those technical difficulties straightened out. Go ahead, Sean, say something.
1, 2, 3, you hear me?
There we go. Yes, now we're good.
All right.
Yeah, so I was saying it's a conference game between the opponent Brooklyn College should handle, but you got to play the game, and anybody can beat anybody on any day.
Absolutely. The worst thing to do in basketball is play down to your competition. You got to beat the teams that you're supposed to beat, and for Brooklyn, this is the team that they're supposed to beat. Yes, you still have some key pieces missing, and the kid, as well as Alina Estrella, is still not back, but Brooklyn cannot slow it down here, cannot play down to their competition. We talked about that before with Coach Campbell wanting to come out here hot, which they haven't done the last couple of games.
And Coach Campbell also talked about the bench playing big minutes, contributing off of what she says she's confident in. So if they get in foul trouble, if something's not working, she can insert that bench. Daniels, you also have Rafat, who's starting today. You have Khalifa also coming off the bench, Sandra Diaz coming off the bench. So it's nice to have that availability to insert new people in the lineup.
Absolutely. Gives them playing time. It gives them confidence, especially going to this final stretch of the season coming up and right before the CUNYAC playoffs. So this is key for those bench pieces to get that repetition.
Yep. And speaking about CCNY Beavers, they are 1-10, 1-5 in the conference. They're coached by Marcelo Di Russo in his third year. Their lead players, one of their lead players is not here today. Unfortunately, she got injured the game before. Hopefully, she's going to be all right. And the other leading scorer is Nias Rosa. She's scoring 10 points a game, shooting 24% from the field, averaging 3 rebounds. They only score about 42 points a game. They give up 74, though.
Right, then that's something Brooklyn's going to have to take advantage of. Get into their groove, get into their game early, and they should flow pretty easily here as a team altogether.
Yes, they should. Brooklyn College comes in at 8-9. They're 4-2 in the conference. They beat Mega Evers on Wednesday, and that, Sean, you were there, was a very back-and-forth game until the fourth quarter.
Until the fourth quarter where Brooklyn finally put it away, but that's a game where Brooklyn let Mega Evers come ahead early, and then they were playing catch-up. Once again, free throws playing a big factor why Brooklyn couldn't close out that game sooner. And that's another thing Coach Meg talked about was repetition, wanting to get in practice and have players work on their free throws because they haven't been knocking them down.
Yes, and it's huge. That helps you extend leads or knock down deficits when you can put the ball in the basket on the free throw line, clock's not ticking. So Brooklyn College is averaging 62 points a game. They give up 61. They're shooting 39% from the field. They're shooting 36% from three-point range. And they are averaging only 56% from the free throw line. That's the place where they have to improve.
All right.
So we are going to turn the camera around and get ready for the playing of the national anthem and the starting lineups.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome once again to the Westlawn Center Gymnasium on the campus of Brooklyn College for this evening's City University of New York Athletic Conference basketball doubleheader between the City College of New York Beavers and your Brooklyn College Bulldogs. At this time, ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you please rise and remove your caps and join our student athletes coached
And there is the playing of our national anthem. And let's get right into the introduction of the players. Sean, the CCNY Beavers.
For the CCNY Beavers, number 5 senior guard, 5'3" from Harlem, New York, Anicia Rosa. Number 13 junior guard, 5'5" from Brooklyn, New York, Jocelyn Ramos. 24 freshman forward / center, 5'8" from Ridgewood, New York, Ashley Serbervi. Number 30 forward guard, 5'6" from Woodside, New York, Yasmin Loma Romero. And number 32 freshman forward center, 5'11" from Bronx, New York, Amanda Fisher. The head coach is Marcelo De Russo in his first season, along with assistant coach Alessandro Petrini and team managers Ashley Munez and Naomi Cabral.
And for your Brooklyn College Bulldogs, at the first guard, it's the 5'7" senior from Brooklyn, New York, number 3, Brianna Gutierrez. At the forward, it's the 5'10" freshman from Brooklyn, number 2, Danae McMullen. At the third guard spot is a 5'7" junior from Staten Island, number 10, Dior Dorsey. At the other guard, it's the 5'4" freshman from Glendale, New York, number 20, Audrey Walvogel. And wrapping up the starting 5 is the senior, 5'11" from San Martin, California, number 21, Aaliyah Rafat. Head coach, Megan Campbell in her second year. Assistant coaches, Amelia Sedaris, Rocco Soletto, Brittany Bowen, Nicole Francomano, and Stanley Feverick. The officials for tonight's game: Brian Callahan, Chris Bruno, and Samantha Jackson. Brooklyn in their white jerseys with maroon numbers, gold trim, Brooklyn across the chest. And CCNY in their purple jerseys with white numbers. And they'll be going from right to left, Brooklyn from left to right. And there is the whistle. Mr. Callahan, the official, has the ball, and he's ready to walk to the midcourt stripe.
Going to be key here for Brooklyn to come out early, get their offense flowing.
Aaliyah Rafat will be jumping against Amanda Fisher. Check that. It's going to be Danae McMullen jumping against Miss Fisher. All right. Here we go. Tipped up and taken by Gutierrez. And she has it. Swings it over to Rafat. Rafat to Volvogel. Dior Dorsey in the paint. Brianna Gutierrez shoots the 3, and she knocks it up. They say it's a 2. So she knocks down the first basket. Now it is Romero over to Ania. She pulls it back out. Top of the key to Ramos. Drives. Puts it up off the glass. No good. Rebounded by Rafat. Rafat gets it over to Dorsey, who gets it to Gutierrez, and she puts the basket in. It's now 4-0. Brooklyn in the trap. Swings it over to Romero, Stolen by McMullen. Walvogel. Rafat, she's going to shoot the 3, and she knocks it down. Brooklyn on fire immediately. They're up 7-0. Now is Romero bringing it up. Double team, and stolen again by Gutierrez. Gutierrez going to bring the ball up, swings over to Dorsey on the right side. She's going to shoot the jumper. Long rebound goes to McMullen. McMullen is tied up. Jump ball possession, CCNY.
Good start here by Brooklyn. 4 early points by Brianna Gutierrez, being very aggressive, driving to the basket and getting open shots as well.
This is what Brooklyn wants to do. They want to fluster and frustrate CCNY. Romero, she traveled. Walvogel and McMullen caused her to travel. That was Ramos, and now Brooklyn's ball. 8:39 left to go in the first quarter. Gutierrez to inbound. Sean, how important is it for Brooklyn College to stay aggressive against a CCNY defense that looks a little porous?
It's very important because CCNY is doing a good job of just scattering Brooklyn. Whenever Brooklyn touches the ball, there's a CCNY defender always close to them. I'm surprised CCNY on that first possession left Brianna wide open for three, basically let her take it.
And the ball is stolen by Walvogel. She goes up on the right side and lays it in. 9 straight points. Timeout call by CCNY. And Sean, right now, Brooklyn College exerting their will, putting their foot on the pedal, not taking it off, and defensively not allowing CCNY to get any kind of flow.
Not letting CCNY get any kind of flow. Good pickoff pass there by Volvo. Immediately takes it into transition and scores the basket. So great start by Brooklyn. They just need to keep the pressure on, and the CCNY team has yet to establish any real offense. I think the defense is solid, but they're settling too much when Brooklyn goes out to the three-point line. And Brooklyn just needs to continue to put the pressure on. Once again, this is a team that they should not struggle against, and they've come out strong thus far in the opening minute and 50 seconds of the game.
Yes, they have. Also, Brooklyn has only ran 2 half-court sets, and the other points are off transmission. So right now, if you can get up and run, that's what you want to do. You run and put the pressure on CCNY. Brooklyn on the press. Rosa into the paint. Puts it up, and she traveled. She ran into Rafat, and I guess they got her on the shuffle of feet. So Brooklyn's going to inbound it. CCNY bringing up pressure. Walvogel to Dorsey. Dorsey gets around the pressure. Gutierrez, and she's fouled by number 24. That is Suburvi. That's her first foul, and the team's first, and the game's first. So 2 free throws coming for Gutierrez, who graduated from my alma mater, Midwood High School, which is right across the street.
5th point already for Gutierrez. Good early start for her.
And she makes both. So 11 straight points for Brooklyn. Trap is working. Gets it over to Ramos. Ramos now to Rosa. Rosa on the wing. Swings it over to Ramirez. Ramos going to shoot the 3, and she knocks. Oh, they say a 2. Her foot was on the line.
Her foot was on the line, yeah.
But the basket counts, and they're on the board. Gutierrez again swings over to Rafat, who misses it, but Dorsey's right there. She shoots and drills the basket.
Once again, Brooklyn just being patient, taking what the defense comes to them, and it's been pretty open thus far for them.
And Dorsey commits the reach-in foul, her first and the team's first. 13-2 with 7:19 left to go in the first quarter. Rosa's going to bring the ball up. Gets around it, into the paint, and stolen. Rosa stoles it back, but knocked away by McMullen. Gets it over to McMullen from Walvogel. McMullen puts it up. The basket's good, and the foul is on number 32. That is Fisher, her first. Team second. Basket's good by McMullen, and she goes to the line. Oh, no. Amanda Fisher is hurt. She came down. It looked like she came down on a player's foot. And we're not going to speculate, but she's holding her left ankle. And hopefully she is going to be all right. Jason, the trainer for Brooklyn, is helping her out. She's trying to put some weight on the leg. She is putting some weight on the leg. And it's good that she's walking off under her own power. I'm glad. That's a good sign. A little limp, but she's okay. So coming in for her will be, let's see what number that on the jersey. Turn around. That's number 2, Ashley Cologne. And McMullen knocks down the shot. Brooklyn's up 16-2.
Brooklyn immediately, great defense. Great save by Gutierrez.
McMullen recaps it. Gutierrez over to Dorsey. Dorsey shoots and knocks down a three.
19-2 Brooklyn. What a start.
Ramos puts it up. No good. Rebounded by Dorsey. Dorsey to Wallvogel. Wallvogel pushing it. Around the defense, puts it up. No good. Rebound by McMullen, but she threw it away right into the hands of Ramos, who gets it into the hands of, Rosa to Ramos. And she lost the ball, but picks it back up. Swings it over to Ashley Cologne. She shot. No good. Rebounded by Dorsey. Dorsey over to Wallvogel. Wallvogel down to McMullen. McMullen into the paint, puts it up off the glass. No good. Rebounded by Ramiro. Ramiro to Cologne. Cologne. Ramiro into the corner to Cologne. Cologne swing top of the key to Ramos. Ramos in the paint. And she traveled again. Uh-oh.
Right into it.
I think she's going to get a technical for throwing the ball or a delay of game warning. Go ahead.
Referees are talking to Rosa.
Technical foul called on number 4, Aeneas Rosa. Talking to the ref. So her first foul, team's third, and now free throws for Brooklyn as substitutions came in for Brooklyn. It is the senior from Midwood High School, number 15, Mary Dolgen. And the freshman from Brooklyn is number 13, Amia Daniel. Wallvogel to shoot the 2 for the technical foul.
It was interesting because it looked like the refs at first were going to kind of let it slide because the PA announcer kind of just moved on, but she kept talking, and then the refs just called the tech.
Wallvogel makes 1 of 2. So it's 20-2, and they will have possession. So it's going to be Dorsey to inbound. Gets it into Wallvogel. Into the corner to Daniels. Daniels to Wallvogel. CCNY playing a modified 2-3. Into Rafat. Rafat down low to Dolgen. Dolgen puts it up, no good. Got an own rebound, put it back up, no good. And rebounded by 24, Suburvi.
Good effort by Ali as Dorsey picks off the pass.
Dorsey
1-0.
And in.
What a heads-up play coming back on transition defense.
So Rosa bringing it up, guarded by Dorsey. Ramos top of the key to Ramiro. 3-point shot up, no good. Rebounded by Daniel. Daniel to Wallvogel. Over to Rafat. Back to Dorsey. Dorsey to Dolgen. Dolgen puts it up, no good. And offensive rebound by Dorsey. Gets it back out. Wallvogel's going to reset. Dorsey on the wing. Rafat. Dolgen puts it up, no good. Puts it up again, no good. Dolgen just can't get a basket in the paint. She's 0 for 4.
It's all about the effort, though. Good offensive rebound, good attempts to continue to drive it to the basket.
Ramos into the corner to Cologne. Cologne back to Ramos. Puts it up, no good. Rebounded by Daniel. Down in the Wallvogel, she's going to press. Down low to Dolgen. Again.
Nothing there, but.
Offensive rebound by Daniel. Dolgen is coming off of an injury, but you got to make those layups. Dolgen down low. Ooh, a pass trying to get to Rafat, but overthrown. Turnover. Beaver basketball. Nice to see number 32, Fisher, on the sideline getting ready. Look like she's going to be able to come back into the game. Romero to Rosa. Rosa doubled. Swings it over to Ramos. Ramos pulls it back out. 10 on the shot clock. Gets around it into the paint, puts it up.
No basket.
No basket, but the foul is on. Let's see who that is. 21, Aliyah, her first, team second. And now coming back in is Gutierrez and McMullen for Dorsey and Dolgen. And for the first time, it's the senior guard, number 4, Sandra Diaz. I'm sorry, junior guard. So Ramos to inbound, gets it to Rosa. Rosa looking. Brooklyn College extending their defense, not giving them any room. Ramos swings it over to Cologne. Cologne into Cologne. Down low, blocked from behind by McMullen. Gets it over to Diaz.
Brooklyn once again pushing on offense.
Gutierrez baseline. And she's fouled. She gets up a little slow. Number 2, Ashley Cologne picks up her first. That's the team's 4th. So one more foul, and they will put Brooklyn in the bonus. Mary Dolgen checks back in. Gets the ball, puts it up. No good. Rebounded by Suburvi. Rosa's going to bring the ball up. Rosa pulls it back out, guarded by Gutierrez. Swings it over to, travel. That was Ramos.
Yeah, she picked up the pivot flash. She tried to drive into the paint, into the basket, but does it feel like City College's entire offense is kind of just running on slow motion right now?
Slow motion, and they are missing a key cog, number 5, Morrison, who's not here. Hopefully she will get better.
All right.
And be back on the floor for the Beavers. Diaz to Daniels. Daniels swings it over to Gutierrez. She takes the 3 and nope, they say a 2. Her foot was on the line, but she'll take the basket. Again, Brooklyn pressuring. Rosa going to bring the ball up. Gets it over to 25, Sakitchili. Sakitchili to Cologne. Back to Rosa, no good on the 3, but Cologne gets off his rebound and knocked out of bounds by Daniels. Timeout, Brooklyn College. 2:05 left to go in the first quarter. They have a commanding 24-2 lead. Sean, not much bad to say about Brooklyn, huh?
Not much bad to say other than Mary Dolgen's missed field goals, but at least the extra effort is there. So. But if you just look at this game, it just shows you the discrepancy of talent between these two teams, and at least Brooklyn is getting the opportunity to kind of expand to their bench, go to them, put trust into them into a game like this. So this is a good experience for Brooklyn. Obviously, complete command control. It feels like City College really has nothing going for them right now.
It's only Ramos trying to facilitate. Cologne finally taking a shot, driving to the basket, and that's what they need to do, drive to the basket, try and get Brooklyn to commit some fouls, and then try and get some open looks. I don't see anybody running screens or picks, so maybe they need to introduce that into the offense. So timeout's over, 18 on the shot clock. Inbounded to Rosa. Rosa trying to get away. Down. Puts it up, blocked. Partially blocked by Dolgen. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Sakitchili to inbound. Gets it to Rosa. 5 on the shot clock and out of bounds with 3 seconds on the clock by Gutierrez. Sakitchili to inbounds. Gets it in. And shot by Cologne. No good. Rebounded by Suburvi. Gets it over to Rosa. Rosa puts up the shot. No good. And Brooklyn lets it go out of bounds. 1:35 left to go in the first quarter. Gutierrez and Diaz in the backcourt. Front court is McMullen, Daniels, and Dolgen. Gutierrez looking down to Dolgen. Dolgen back to Gutierrez. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. And we got a travel by McMullen. She was looking for Dolgen on the cut, and she shuffled her feet while she was thinking about the pass.
Right, yeah, it seemed like she had a shot there if she wanted it at first, but then opted to go for the pass.
So CCNY, again, beating the press this time. Gets over Sakili. And we got a foul on number 2, McMullen. Nope, not on number 2. It's number 15. Dolgen, her first, team's third. Sakicha Lee to inbound. Gets it in to 24, but she's fouled. That's on Daniels, her first. Team's fourth, and going to the free throw line is number 24, Ashley Suburvi. First time they're going to the line, and that's what CCNY needs to do, get into the paint and try and get some fouls against Brooklyn.
But you got to make them.
Yeah, got to make the free throw.
Especially in a game like this, but it just seems like Brooklyn's completely controlling the tempo.
Controlling the tempo, controlling the score, controlling the defense, controlling everything.
First half of this quarter, it seemed like they really wanted to run out in transition. Now opting to kind of slow it down with Diaz running the point.
Suburvi knocked down the second free throw. Oh! Gutierrez fell down, tripped on her own feet right there. But Diaz recoils, gets to Daniels, and Daniels got the ball knocked out of her hands by Sakicha Lee. So 15 on the shot clock, 51.1 left on the game clock. Inbound to Diaz. She's guarded by Ramiro. Into McMullen. Over to Daniels. She's going to take the three. No good. And rebounded by Suburvi. Gets it over to Sakicha Lee. 11-second differential between shot clock and game clock. And knocked out of bounds by Daniels. Pass was intended for Cologne.
28.1 left in the quarter, 19 on the shot clock.
Ramos in to Ramiro. Ramos into, but stolen by Diaz. Diaz pushing the issue, puts up the layup, too hard. Rebounded by Gutierrez. To Dolgen, no good.
Nothing again.
Rebounded by Suburvi. They can hold for the last shot. And they don't even recognize there's no time left as they dribble it out. End of the first quarter, Brooklyn 24, CCNY 3. Very fast first quarter, and Brooklyn scoring a quarter of 100 points just about.
Yes, it's a 24-3, just completely controlling tempo from the onset.
What can CCNY do to try and get themselves back in this game?
Find plays for Rosa to get open. We saw her knock down that deep two for the only field goal of this quarter. They got to at least find a way to play through her here, but it just seems like Brooklyn's way too overwhelming.
Yeah, the differential is huge, but Brooklyn has to continue putting the pressure on for CCNY. Drive to the basket. They're looking for jump shots. Brooklyn's doing a good job on their perimeter defense. Get into the paint. As you saw, the 2 times or 3 times they went to the paint, they got foul calls.
Yeah.
So continue doing that.
You got to continue to put pressure on the rest to call the fouls. And when you get to the free throw line, you got to knock every one of them down in the game in a deficit like this.
Yes, you do. We do not have the stats for the first quarter. And we're getting ready to start the second quarter. And my partner will have the play-by-play.
Both teams coming out their huddles. Voldvogel goes back in. Brooklyn will control opening possession of the quarter.
And they have the possession arrow to them.
Daniel to inbound to Waldvogel, setting the point. Double comes. Foul is called. A reach-in foul against CCNY.
That is on at number 30, Yasmin Laura Romero. That's her team's first in the second quarter.
Waldvogel to Daniel. Daniel looks around. Back to Gutierrez. Gutierrez dump ball pass to Daniel. Double comes. Travel's called.
That old travel bugaboo is starting to bite Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Dorsey comes in for Daniels right there.
In the spot like that, when you're at the top of the paint, the double comes, you either have to put it up or pass it out. CCNY brings up the ball. That is
Sakichali.
Sakichali brings it up. Dump off pass inside. Nothing there. Pick off pass by Gutierrez. Out to Waldvogel. Ahead to Dorsey. Dorsey drives. Last touch by CCNY. That'll be Brooklyn ball.
That was a 1-on-3 right there. Dorsey doesn't usually do that.
All right.
But she got away with it.
It looked like there was some minimal contact. Dorsey to Waldvogel, top of the key, shoots the three, knocks it down, 27-3, Brooklyn, 9:20 remaining, and Pat, once again, Brooklyn just taking what the defense gives them. Double comes, pass picked off by Waldvogel, out to Dorsey in transition. She has the room. She'll take the layup and knock it down, 29-3, Brooklyn.
CCNY just has no answers right now.
Nothing. Brooklyn immediately trapping whoever has the ball. CCNY with nothing going. Rosa along the baseline. Shot is up. Shot is no good. Rebound fought for.
Off of a foot.
Off the leg of Fisher.
Aaliyah Rafat checks in for Brooklyn.
Gutierrez inbounds it to Waldvogel. Waldvogel brings it up. Out to Dorsey. Dorsey to Gutierrez. Gutierrez looking out to Dolgen. Rafat back to Gutierrez.
Got a foul call.
All right.
That's Romero's second, team second.
Out to Rafat. Dorsey thought about the three, decides to drive it. Dump off pass into Rafat, and the bucket is good. 31-3 for Brooklyn.
Just keeping the pressure on.
And immediately Gutierrez, top of the key, waiting for CCNY. And a pick-off pass. Steal by Waldvogel, gets the foul.
Foul by number 30. That is Romero. That's going to be her third.
All right, Romero was kind of lackadaisically bringing the ball up the court. Waldvogel go to line to potentially push the lead up to 30. 8:07 remaining in the second.
And Amia Daniel comes in for Gutierrez. Waldvogel to shoot two.
First one is up and in. 32-3 Brooklyn. Second free throw is up and good. 33-3 Brooklyn.
Brooklyn knocking down free throws.
All right. Romero once again. Running point. Dump off pass inside. Back to Romero. Rosa takes the three. No good. Dorsey with the rebound, and she's immediately pushing. Coming down the floor. Allows Waldvogel to reset the possession, top of the key. Out to Daniel. Daniel looking. Back to Dorsey. Dorsey drives. Skip pass. Going all the way around. Dolgen. Shot no good. Rebounded by Daniel. Great effort here by Brooklyn. Shot put up by Rafat. Nothing there.
And that was Dolgen again.
Sorry.
Dolgen 0 for 10 from the field. And Mary Dolgen picks up another foul.
All right.
That's going to be her second. So coming back in for CCNY's number 4, Rosa, and for the first time, it's the freshman guard forward from the Bronx, 14, Sydney Thompson.
Suburbia at the line to shoot 2. First free throw is up and it's off. Second free throw on the way. It's up and it rattles off, rebounded by Rafat. Out to Voldvogel. Voldvogel pushes up ahead to Daniel. Daniel along the baseline. Dump ball pass to Khalifa. She couldn't gather it. As Rosa is now back in the game. Running the point out to Thompson. Inside pass to Suburbi. A little too much and just couldn't gather the pass there. Daniel inbounds to Voldvogel. Out to Dorsey. Back to Daniel. Daniel to Rafat. Back to Khalifa. Khalifa looking. Into Voldvogel to Daniel. Along the baseline. Puts it up. Nothing there. Gathers her own rebound. Ball moving around top of the key. Voldvogel 3. No good. Rebounded by Daniel. Terrific job by Brooklyn. Pass out to Rafat. She'll take the shot. No good. Rebounded by Daniel again. This time it's finally good. 3 offensive rebounds by Brooklyn, Pat. Just great effort all around.
And all by the freshman, Daniel. We saw that evidence in Wednesday's game against Mega Evers.
Pass once again too much. It just seems like CCNY cannot get anything going. 35-3 Brooklyn, 6:06 remaining. Timeout taken by CCNY.
Yes, indeed, and it's just unfortunate for CCNY. They just can't get anything going offensively and a whole lot of turnovers, and I think that's the stats coming.
Yes. As Brooklyn leads 35-3 right now. Just, it seemed like in that first half they kind of wanted to run tempo, wanted to push the ball. Now in that second quarter, kind of starting to slow it down. But once again, CCNY not being able to get anything going. CCNY 1 of 13 from the field, Pat.
Yeah. Well, when you only got 3 points on the board, you're not making a whole lot of shots. 7.7%. Wow. Brooklyn shooting 9 of 23, 2 of 3 from the three-point line, 4 of 5 from the free throw line. Dolgen 0 for 8.
Wow.
But that's in the fourth quarter. She's got 2 more misses in this quarter. So she's 0 for 10. And a lot of them in the paint.
Yeah. The effort's there. The rebounding is there for the extra effort. It's just the ball's not falling in.
Nope.
But when Brooklyn has a 32-point lead, as Voldvogel will bring it up for the Bulldogs. Alongside Dorsey in the backcourt. Pass to Dorsey, to Daniel.
The one thing you don't want to do at Brooklyn is relax.
Right. Which Dorsey didn't there. Got her own rebound, but lost it out of bounds. CCNY ball.
She was going a little too fast.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Another CCNY player just got hurt and just went immediately to the bench. That was number 14, Sydney Thompson. She was holding her ankle. Don't know what happened on the play, but it was behind the play.
Right, it kind of seemed like she went right to the trainer.
Yeah, she did.
Over to the bench.
Yep. So Sakichali checks in for Thompson. The 3 points in a quarter is the least amount of points Brooklyn has given up in a quarter this season.
All right, Ramos, top of the key. Double comes, thought about the shot, peels it back out. Has an open player, gets it there. Dump off pass inside. Brooklyn, great recovery on defense. Nothing for CCNY. Great job crashing the boards. Rebounded by Khalifa. Out to Voldvogel. Voldvogel pushes. Rafat, good job inside. 37-3 Brooklyn. 5:14 remaining.
And see, that's what Dolgen has to do, what Rafat did. Pump fake, take your time, use the backboard.
Right. Rafat in transition. Layup is good. Had all the time in the world right there as the defense was completely back in the backcourt.
And you saw Rafat slow herself down, take her time, said, I'm not going to miss this open layup. Put it in nice and smooth.
Ramos brings it up. Inside. Shot is up. Way off. Rebounded by Dorsey. Dorsey brings it up. Out to Voldvogel. Voldvogel pushes into Khalifa. She traveled, right. She moved the pivot foot on the pump fake.
Yep. Full timeout charge of CCNY. And, ladies and gentlemen, the ladies that are behind the scores table, we want to welcome back the Brooklyn College cheerleaders. They went down to Orlando, Florida to the UCA tournament, the national tournament held on January 17th to January 20th. And at halftime, we're going to try and get a conversation with the head coach, Tony Ancona. Cheerleading is a sport. It's a collegiate sport. It's in Division I, it's a scholarship sport also. And they are considered athletes, which they are. Tumbling, somersaults, pyramids, that's all athletic talent. So give them credit where credit is due.
As players come back out on the court, 39-3 Brooklyn, 4:32 remaining.
I'll give you a tidbit that you didn't know about me. When I was here, I was actually a cheerleader.
Oh, yeah?
Yep. I was the base for the pyramids. Me and a couple of other football players when Brooklyn had a football team.
And here comes CCNY bringing up the possession. Pass nearly picked off by Daniel. Double comes with Voldvogel. Traveled.
And coming in is the 5'4" junior from Staten Island, number 1, Victoria Kansian.
Here comes Voldvogel bringing up the ball. Out to Dorsey. Shot is up. I can't see it. No good. Rebounded by Dorsey. Dorsey doing a fantastic job chasing down the loose balls here in this game. Rosa peels out along the baseline.
Cologne got her own rebound, but she fell down, and when she fell down, she traveled. But I like Cologne going to the basket, looking for a shot. I think Rosa's got to do the same thing.
Right.
Start looking at it. Once you get around the double team, pull up, hit that 15, 12-foot jumper.
Voldvogel brings up the ball out to Kansian. Kansian to Dorsey. Into Rafat. Voldvogel back to Kansian. Good ball movement here by Brooklyn. Rafat will put it up. No good.
And they say it was off with CCNY, so it's going to stay Brooklyn College basketball.
As neither team was able to gather the rebound, as Dorsey will inbound.
20 seconds on the shot clock. 3:33 left to go in the half.
Out to Voldvogel. Back to Dorsey along the baseline. She'll pull up the jumper and gets fouled.
She got fouled by number 21, Erisari Calderon. Oh, no, they gave it to Ramos. Okay. It's Ramos' first. Fourth foul for CCNY.
Free throws up and off.
So one more foul, and Brooklyn will be in the bonus. 2 free throws for the rest of the half. And Dorsey rolls in the second.
40-3. CCNY still yet to score in this quarter.
Long three.
It's good.
Wow. Rosa said, hey, I'm going to imitate Steph Curry, and I knocked it down.
Kantian for three in the corner. Quick transition by Brooklyn. Rebounded by Dorsey. Reset by Voldvogel. Out to Kantian. Rafat. Dorsey drives. Pull-up jumper. Rattles in. Barosa at this point in the game is probably like, our offense isn't working. I might as well try it.
I did say look for a shot, right?
Yeah. Rosa this time again, top of the key. Double comes.
Down low in the paint.
Three is up. This one is all air. Rebounded by Dorsey. Out to Volvogel. Back to Kantian. Volvogel resets.
I like the fact that Brooklyn is working the offense, slowing it down, running a half court, moving the ball, making CCNY chase. Oh,
a little too much there.
Pass. Aaliyah Rafat, when she passed the ball, she put her hands on it like, no.
It seemed like it went off Kantian's fingertips as she tried to gather it, but a little too much.
And coming out is Rafat, and coming in is Mary Dolgen. Want to see her get off the donut and put the ball in the basket, get her confidence back. She did sit out Mega Evers because she had an issue with her ankle.
Ramos drives, pulls it back, closely guarded by Voldvogel.
That was Rosa.
Rosa, sorry. Double comes again into the paint. Shot is up, no good. All air. Brooklyn looking to push again.
Oh, Khalifa had the pass from Voldvogel, could not handle it, goes out of bounds. 1:47 left to go in the half.
42-6, Pat.
Yep.
Rosa brings up the ball. Out to Thompson.
Oh, good to see Thompson back on the floor.
Defense comes. Ball nearly picked up by Kantian.
She
Gathered and she stepped out.
And Sandra Diaz is going to come in for Voldvogel.
That was number 30, Romero, with the turnover. Diaz brings up the possession. 1:27 remaining. Out to Dorsey. Dorsey back to Kantian. Back to Khalifa. Ball movement here by Brooklyn. Shot finally up by Diaz. It's off.
Rebounded by Ramos.
As Rosa looks to push here. Does so. Shot is up and shot is off.
Diaz with the rebound.
A headed transition to Kantian. The layup rattles off. Khalifa puts it back up and in. Good extra effort there by Brooklyn on the transition opportunity. 44-6, 44 seconds remaining. Closely guarded by Dolgen. Double once again coming wherever CCNY touches the ball. Shot is up by Romero. No good. Rebound gathered by Dorsey.
Dorsey's been a monster on the boards in the second quarter. Oh, a bad pass by Kantian trying to get it to Dolgen on the block.
26 seconds remaining in the half. Shot clock is off.
And coming in for Cologne is number 24, Ashley Suburvi. So CCNY can hold for the last shot.
Rosa calls out a play, slowly bringing the ball up the court. Finally gets across half court. Drives.
Got a foul on Diaz. Her first, team second.
Ref indicated that she extended the forearm. Thompson, top of the key. Into the paint.
Oh,
shot rattles out. Rosa seemed to kind of have that behind the back pass. Ball kind of got stuck, and she went out of bounds with it.
Yep. So Brooklyn can hold for the last shot.
7.4 remaining. Dorsey to inbound to Diaz. Diaz brings it up quickly. Can't see and puts up the three and knocks it down. 47-6. Brooklyn as the half ends.
Wow.
It's been all Brooklyn here for the opening 20 minutes with a 41-point lead.
They scored 24 points in the first quarter, 23 points in the second quarter. Do they have an opportunity to score 100 today?
They might get close to it if...
Last year they did win the game, 92-36.
And 3 points in each quarter for CCNY.
All right, so I'll get the stats. So, Sean, domination is an understatement.
Yeah, this.
Understatement. I mean, everything that Brooklyn wanted to do, coming out early, establish themselves, they've done, and then some. Unofficially right now, Brooklyn College has 3 players in double figures. Dorsey in that quarter, she had to have at least 10 rebounds in the second quarter, alone, by herself.
Yeah.
But defensively, they're frustrating, I should say, CCNY, no room. Rosa hasn't been able to find her shot. Cologne's been doing a good job trying to facilitate something, but the turnover issue has been biting them as well.
Right, and Rosa finally put up that way beyond the arc 3 that went in, and it seemed like, all right, there's some offense that CCNY can rely on, but other than that, it's like they're completely flustered. They have no offense running, and Rosa picked up that technical early in the first quarter.
And there we go with the stats. Right away, 19 turnovers for CCNY, but 11 turnovers for Brooklyn. So they're still turning the ball over a little too much. 18 offensive rebounds for Brooklyn to 6. 27 points off of those turnovers. 22 points in the paint. 10 second chance points. 19 fast break points. And Brooklyn shooting an efficient 40% from both the field and 3-point.
Yeah, everything's working. How many rebounds does
Dorsey has? 10.
10, okay, wow.
And 4 of those offensive. And all 10 of those came in the second quarter. She had no rebounds.
12 and 10 already. A double-double at the half.
Yep.
It just seems like everything's working right now for Brooklyn. And when it's not, they're kind of slowing it down, making the right play, especially in the second quarter.
And you see that evident by Wall-Vogel seeing the numbers. When the numbers were in her favor, she was taking advantage of it. When it wasn't, she pulled it back, run the offense. Aliyah Rafat on the breakaway, look behind, see the defense wasn't there, slowed herself down, made sure she got a good and smooth layup. Dorsey hammering on the boards. Diaz coming off the bench with some electricity. I mean, everything is going the way that Brooklyn College wants to go, but that's only one half. You got to come out and do the exact same thing in the second half.
Yeah. Brooklyn's got to keep the pressure going. They can't let this score. Oh, it's a 41-point game. Let's kind of slow it down. They should keep going. They should keep playing at this tempo because it's not just about this game, but it's about allowing players to see what it is to play at a high level for all 40 minutes.
Yes, and they need to do that and be proficient and efficient because, other teams are looking and they're watching. You beat York, yes you did. You beat John Jay, yes you did. You beat Baruch, yes you did. But Hunter and Lehman, you've lost to. You got to play them again, so you need to get yourselves ready to play those games. But you got to take care of business at hand, the person or the team that's in front of you.
And it's good seeing players like Noah Khalifa and Katsian playing 7 and 4 minutes respectively this early in the game, gets them into the flow as well. It just feels like Brooklyn has complete control, and even when they do something wrong, it doesn't feel like CCNY could take advantage of it.
Yes, they haven't taken advantage of anything, and Brooklyn College has taken all the advantage and then some.
Yeah.
So you're listening to 2025 Brooklyn College Bulldog Basketball Live on YouTube.com. I am Pat Brown. That is Sean Markusic. And I see the CCNY men are coming into the building, getting ready to sit in the stands. I'm sure they're going to look at the scoreboard and go, ooh, that's not good. That's not good. So we're going to take a break, and hopefully we'll have assistant coach Rocco Soletto at halftime to talk about the first half and what's coming up in the second half. We'll be back in a couple of minutes.
And that changes things. We flatten out the defense. It gives us shots. Defensively, we're doing a good job of keeping them out of the paint. They are missing one of their scorers today, so it's a little tough for them to get baskets.
For a player like Mary Dolgen, a game like this where she's able to get the rebound, able to be aggressive, but the shot isn't falling. As a coach, what do you tell a player that's going through a struggle like this?
We tell her just keep at it. She's doing everything the whole season. Those shots will fall. I mean, we're not worried about that, but mentally she has to know that she's doing the right things at this point, and that's that happens to everybody. I mean, the best shooters miss shots.
She's crashing the board. She's got 4 offensive rebounds.
Right.
It's just not getting to be able
I'm
to
sure you'll
finish.
see there'll be a difference in the second half, I think, with Mary. We'll see it.
Do you think the layoff of not her playing not a couple of games is
I mean, that's probably part of it. I mean, we thought the same thing. If you it's different playing games versus practice. So sometimes you got to get your legs under you. But again, she's doing all the right things, which is more important at this point for us, in this game especially.
So what do you tell your team now that you're up so big?
Well, games like this, you don't want to get sloppy. We're trying to refine things at this point in the season before we get into the second half of the conference schedule. So, I mean, that's the main thing, is just don't get sloppy, pay attention to detail, and then just keep pushing the ball and get good shots.
All right, thank you, Coach.
All right,
I know
thanks,
you gotta
guys.
get down.
Coach, good luck in the second half.
Thanks, guys.
And we would like to bring Coach Ancona. We have the head coach of the Brooklyn College Cheerleaders here.
Hello.
How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
We are good. I'll introduce you to my partner, Sean McKissick.
Hi, nice to meet
Hi.
you.
Nice to meet you.
You guys went down to Florida on the 17th of January. Talk about the experience and how you feel about your team.
Yeah, so we went down to nationals. It was an amazing experience. We compete against some of the best college schools. Unfortunately, we didn't come home with a gold medal, but down there as a coach, seeing your team bring your dream to life of a routine is winning to me. Overall, it was an amazing experience. In the division we were in, there was 18 teams, and we scored some of the highest scores out of those 18 teams, and these are the best of the best colleges. So I couldn't be more proud of them. In the other division, we actually were against some D1 schools who were incredible, and we didn't score too low but behind them. So overall, I think it's one of those things where we didn't win, we came back, we're back to the drawing board and back to work.
All right.
When you go up against D1 schools, what do you like to see out of the team? Obviously, staying competitive is important, but what positives did you take away when they did go up against D1 schools?
Yeah, so what I like to tell the team is that no other team exists, right? You're against a score sheet. So you can be against D1 schools, you can be against the best of the best, but if you put your best self out there and do what you can walk away as a winner. So taking that away and having them see the D1 schools and seeing their scores that, we weren't that far behind them, I think just gave them more confidence and motivation to be like, you know what, we can be that. We can push ourselves more.
And being that it's a commuter school against D1, they got dorms, they got big programs behind them. How much does that affect the freshmen that are on the team saying, hey, wow, we're not a big school, but we're on par with them?
I think the mindset is wow, this is tough, because they have athletes coming from all over the world, other countries to come cheer for them. And I think coming from a CUNY school, like you said, we don't have dorms or anything, I think it could have been, disheartening for them of I'm scared. But, they took it with stride. They went out there, and I think, they realized, we got what it takes, and we just got to keep working hard.
All right. Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
All
so
right.
much.
Thank you.
Take care. And
you.
we're getting ready to start the second half between your Bulldogs and the CCNY Beavers. City College will have the ball. Sean McKissick will have the call of the quarter. It's nice to hear that the cheerleaders, they did a very good job down there in Florida against, listen, you're a D3 school going up against the University of Alabama, LSU. I mean, that's awe-inspiring that they did as well as they did. Congratulations to them.
And to have the coach come away with that, with a positive mindset, is very important too. As Rosa will bring up the ball for CCNY. Dump off pass inside. Ball controlled by Cologne. Nearly goes over the half court. Back to Cologne. Cologne will reset. Out to Rosa. Rosa thought about it. Double comes. Pick-off pass. Rosa gathers it. 3 is up. 3 is no good.
Rebound. We got rebounded by 25, Sakitli, and she was fouled.
Sakitli coming off the 3 by Ramos. A quality look here early for CCNY, which is important.
See them moving the ball around.
All right.
Into the paint.
Quickly puts it up and in. Suburbi, sorry. Pass into Dorsey. Dorsey shot is up. No good. Rebounded by Rafat.
And we got a foul on number 13, Ramos, her second, team's first. Rafat had the rebound and got held.
Dorsey inbounds to Rafat. Rafat out to Gutierrez. Gutierrez puts up the 3.
Nope.
Knocks
2.
it down 2, sorry.
I thought it was a 3-2, but her foot was on the line, according to the officials.
That's the 3rd time that's happened to her this game. Rosa, dump off pass to Quilke. 3 is up, no good. Chase down block, gathered by Voldvogel. Voldvogel pushes. Voldvogel out to Gutierrez, back to Dorsey. Dorsey, McMullen drives. McMullen up, scoop layup is good. 51-8 Brooklyn.
Nice ball movement there by Brooklyn. Looked like it was going to be a turnover, but saved. And then Dorsey pressured the issue.
Rosa 3. No good. Rebounded by McMullen. Out to Voldvogel. Voldvogel's going to push. Up to Rafat. Scoop layup is good.
Nice assist there by the freshman Waldvogel.
Rosa. Inside.
Traveling.
Right, Suburbi thought about the shot at first, turned around for the pass. Gutierrez into Voldvogel, 53-8 Brooklyn, 8 minutes remaining in the 3rd quarter. Voldvogel screen comes by Rafat, back to Dorsey. Gutierrez drives. McMullen back to Rafat. Rafat will shoot the 2, and it's in. 55-8 Brooklyn.
That's good, getting Aaliyah involved in the offense early in the quarter. She had a double-double against Mega Evers.
Right.
A quiet double-double.
Dorsey, trap comes, picked off by Voldvogel. Brooklyn has numbers. Voldvogel goes all the way. Layup is good.
The VW coast to coast.
57-8 Brooklyn. They lead the quarter 10-2 currently, nearly 3 minutes in. Shot is up and good by Rosa.
That's what Rosa needs to do more of.
Her second three-pointer in this game.
Just, you get an open look, take the shot. Nothing else is working, so knock them down.
Dorsey to Gutierrez. Gutierrez, Voldvogel in the corner. 3 is up and good. 60-11, Brooklyn.
13 points for Waldvogel. That's her second three-pointer. And she was smooth in the corner, took her time.
All right. Look at Brooklyn's defense. Great job rotating wherever the ball goes. As McMullen couldn't get the rebound. This time, secures it. Out to Rafat. Voldvogel pushes again. Up ahead. Dorsey back to Rafat. Rafat takes the shot. No good. Rebounded by CCNY. Rosa will gather it.
Rebounded by Suburbi.
Rosa pass picked off by Voldvogel. Voldvogel up ahead of Gutierrez. Gutierrez shot is good.
Gutierrez has 12.
62-11 Brooklyn.
15-5 in the quarter. But this is the most offensive effectiveness that CCNY has been all game. They only scored 3 points in the first quarter. They scored 3 points in the second quarter. They've already outscored what they scored in the last quarter and almost outscored what they scored in the whole first half in less than 5 minutes.
And you see them come out in this half moving the ball around.
Hey, we have, hold on a sec.
1 sec.
Let's get him on in here. We have the pleasure and honor of talking to the former head coach of the Brooklyn College women's basketball team and the assistant AD here, Mr. Alex Lang.
Hey, Pat and Sean, how you guys doing?
We're doing great, sir.
Good.
You've coached in many of these competitions. What do you tell your team when you're up so big?
Well, you always want to respect the game and compete hard and not show up the opponent. You also want to work on some things that you haven't been doing well. Even though it seems like everything's great in a big blowout win like this, there's some things behind the scenes that the coaching staff knows they're not executing well. You want to continue to try to do better at those things, whether it's something defensively, something in transition, something offensively. And, you want to obviously get your bench in and get some people's confidence levels, up in a game like this. Some people who maybe haven't played well in the last couple games, get them getting some confidence going into some bigger games.
And if you were a CCNY's coach, if you were on the other end of this, what are you talking to your team about?
Well, you're not going to win this game. You're not going to come back and win. So you're trying to have small goals, whether that's trying to win the quarter, maybe trying to out-rebound Brooklyn in the second half, or, limit your turnovers. You're trying to set those smaller goals, try to show some sense of progress. Maybe their goal is defensively. They've scored almost as much in the first few minutes of the second half as they did the entire first half, so they've got to be happy about that.
It seems like they're actually playing with some sense of offense here.
Sure.
Move the ball around here.
They're moving the ball a little better. They seem to have more of a decisiveness about them that they didn't have in the first half. And in the first half, they missed a couple shots that looked like they were going down, kind of rolled out. So I'm sure they'll get it going a little bit here in the second half. But, from the coach's perspective, you want to just keep playing hard, keep competing, and doing those kinds of things.
How about the play of the freshmen for Brooklyn College? Daniels, Khalifa, Wallvogel. What do you talk about? Them?
Definitely impressed with how Audrey Wallvogel's played tonight. She's been excellent, really leading the way from the point guard position, and she's knocking down some threes and doing some other things. I've been impressed with Danae as well, really getting after it, running the floor, getting after offensive boards. Mia Daniels has had some really good games this year. We've seen what she can do. Like you said, Noah Khalifa made a really big couple plays in the first half too, rebounding, running the floor. It's good to see the freshmen contributing for sure.
And I like the fact that Brooklyn is attacking, but you can see CCNY is not giving up.
They're well coached, and they're a team that obviously not at the top of the league, but they're going to compete till the end of the game. So a testament to them for sure. I really respect all teams that will come out and play hard for 40 minutes.
So Cologne just picked up her second foul, and Mary Dojan has checked in for Aliyah Rafat.
When it comes to the collegiate level, when you have veteran role players on the bench like Alina and Anna, how key are they when talking to freshman players, getting them ready for the game? Yeah, sure. No, they can give little pointers. They can also just instill that confidence in their teammates. Obviously, their teammates, believe in those players, and when they give words of advice and they give words of encouragement, it goes far for someone like, Audrey Wallvogel or some of the other freshmen. I think it also is beneficial for them to sit and watch for a couple games, even though you'd rather have them out there competing. But you pick things up while on the sideline that you can put into use when you return to the floor.
And we got a foul against CCNY. And CCNY now has 9 points in the quarter.
Yeah, it's an offensive outburst for them after that first half. But, I think they had some good possessions in the first half, CCNY. They just couldn't find the basket. So
Sandra Diaz and Amia Daniel checked in for Brooklyn. Waldvogel sits.
Dolgen going up back to Diaz. Ball moving around into Costello. No good. Castellano rebounded. Here comes CCNY pushing.
It was a great cut by Cheyenne Castellano. Just she could have used a power dribble there to set herself. She was kind of going too hard. Had to use the left hand. It's a tough shot going full speed like that.
Picked off pass by McMullen. Good job on court awareness. She brings it up. Out to Daniel. Daniel puts it up. And she'll go to the line to shoot two.
Foul by Ramos. That is her third, I believe, and the team's third.
Yeah, that was a great pass by Danae McMullen there. Seeing the floor. That's one thing they've missed not having to be a Daniel is she can kind of find that space to attack the rim and get to the basket and use that left hand. So.
What I like between both her and McMullen is that they are aggressive right from the start. They're not shying away from the game. They're not shying away from contact, and they want to compete.
Yeah, and for freshmen, they're pretty physically strong and can finish through contact, which is two things they really need on the floor.
Yes. You have to replace two very strong, powerful players in the James sisters. How do you think recruiting went to replace them so far?
Yeah. Well, you never replace those there's those all-time great players, and Sarah and Erica were all-time greats for us. So, it was less about replacing them and more about just continuing to find, those next players that could develop into some excellent players for the Bulldogs. I think they brought in a really nice freshman class. Luckily, they had a great cast returning with, Alina, Anna, Dior, Mary, Brianna, Aaliyah, some great veteran players. I think their recruiting class is very nice. Obviously, what Sarah and Erica brought to the team, wouldn't be easily replaced. So I don't think they quite replaced them, but I think they have a different vibe this year and a really good unit. Unfortunately, the injury bug has bit them pretty hard, but hopefully they'll be full strength heading into the postseason.
All right, so Sean, let's see what's going on here.
Thompson, ball back out. CCNY wants to shoot the three, cannot find anything there. Ball back out to Thompson. She goes along the baseline. Ball blocked, batted around. Possession CCNY.
Noah Khalifa got the steal, but bounced the ball outside, so it's going to stay possession to CCNY.
So you asked earlier what the coach can stress to the team. So, little things like that, like Amia Daniel playing the forward spot in the zone. She's taught not to give up the baseline there, and she let the girl get the baseline on her and get the first step. So those are the types of things the coaching staff will still be working to point out to their players. You still want to execute properly.
Dolgen puts up the shot. It's good.
There you go. Mary finally off of the zero, and she knocks down her first field goal.
Aggressive all night in the first half. Couldn't get anything going. Finally, a jumper falls for her.
Yeah, definitely happy to see Mary knock that down. She had a tough first half. Shooting the ball. She was in the right positions, doing some great things, but couldn't get the shots to fall down.
It seemed like she got the rebounds, got the space to get the shots. As Daniel picks off the pass, she can go all the way and does. The layup is good.
Sort of fits exactly what I was saying before. That time she didn't allow the baseline, was in perfect position for the steal, attacked in transition. Great play by Amia Daniel.
I like the fact that CCNY is still moving the ball, still being aggressive, still going after rebounds, going after loose balls, and those are some things you can't teach.
Yeah, I really enjoy watching them play in terms of their effort, and they're a little undermanned in terms of the personnel. They don't have quite the talent to compete with Brooklyn tonight, but they're playing hard and they're really working.
And they're also missing their second leading scorer in Morrison.
Yeah. That doesn't help.
Three is up by Rosa. That one is no good.
The end of the third quarter, and they scored 9 points in this quarter. Brooklyn unfortunately scored 21, so the score is 68-15 going in to the fourth quarter.
Should be a great game on the second half of the double header here with the men's team.
You just read my mind. I was asking about that.
Yeah,
it's a big game. Not just because of who they're playing, but where Brooklyn is in the standings.
Sure. Those two teams will be definitely jockeying for position in postseason standings.
Absolutely.
So big game for both teams.
And Brooklyn 4 straight wins, 2 overtime wins. So the team finally showing some resilience, persistence in big moments.
Yeah, I know Coach Jeff would really love to not be making the game so close, but he's definitely excited about 4 consecutive wins. Any team's going to be happy on a streak like that. Hopefully they can keep it going tonight. It's not going to be easy with CCNY as a very tough opponent, but it should be an exciting game here at West Quad.
Yeah, and we're looking forward to it because with Brandon Armour back in the lineup, you have 2 bigs, Barker and Barlow, also Casanova, that can come off the bench and provide you big minutes and big rebounding and defending the rim. So it's going to be interesting to see how Coach Baptiste orchestrates his defense to get into the offense.
Sure. I mean, he's been going to some different lineups in the second half of the season here. But now, like you said, Brendan's back. You've got to kind of play with the rotations a little bit. And, we'll see. We'll see who steps up, too, because that has a lot to do with it as well.
Yes.
When players play well, you got to keep them on the floor.
So we get ready to start the fourth quarter. Brooklyn is up 68-15. You're listening to 2025 Brooklyn College Bulldog Basketball live on YouTube.com, your home for everything Brooklyn. I am Pat Brown along with my partner Sean McKissick, and we have on the call Mr. Alex Lang, assistant AD and a former head coach of the Brooklyn College Women Bulldogs. So Brooklyn will come out with the ball first, and it is Castellano, Diaz, Kantian, Dolgen, and Khalifa. So Coach Campbell has pretty much emptied the bench. So Castellano shoots the 3, does not get the rebound. Oh, Khalifa trying to get the rebound, ran over number 14 Thompson, and that's going to be a foul on her. That is her first, the team's first. So Thompson going to give the ball up to Suburvi. Suburvi looking, gets over to Rosa. Rosa back to Suburvi. And Thompson, I like the movement of the ball. Rosa into the double team. We got an offensive foul on Rosa.
Great job by Diaz coming there for the second help.
She's got to be careful because she got a technical in the first
she
half.
better be careful. I'm sure Brian Callahan, the official, doesn't want to eject her from the game, but she's better watch herself because you don't want to show up an official.
Yep, that's her second foul. As Diaz is going to bring the ball up. Castellano thought about taking the 3. Kantian travel.
Yeah.
Brooklyn College today has cut down on their turnovers. They only had 11 in the first half. They just picked up their first in the second half. They were averaging 22 turnovers a game.
Yeah. It's one thing I know Coach Campbell has been stressing to them is the need to take care of the basketball. Obviously, Lena, their point guard, Lena Stray has been hurt for a good deal of the season. Kind of speeds everybody up when you don't have your starting point guard in there, and sometimes that can lead to sloppy play. But they've got to tighten that up heading into the postseason.
Walvogel and Diaz and Gutierrez have done a good job as Khalifa steals that pass, gets it over to Diaz.
Very good pass there, good attack.
Oh, Brooklyn College, 2 players were fighting for the rebound, and Kantian comes from behind, knocks the ball out of bounds from Thompson.
Great extra effort by
They had
Kantian.
the rebound, but they didn't know that it was their own player they were fighting against.
Yeah, that was miscommunication there. You got to talk to each other there when two teammates going for the ball, but good to see them going after the rebounds.
Oh, yeah.
That's what you like to see from a coach's perspective. You'd rather have 2 going after it than 0.
Another steal there by Khalifa over to Castellano. Diaz pushing the issue. Bringing the ball up court. Kantian step back 3. It's good! Kantian knocks down her first basket.
Yeah, so what I mentioned earlier, you want to get some people some confidence, and she's been a player that's been struggling shooting the ball this year. But, she knocks him down in practice. Coaches believe in her, and it's good to see her hit a couple tonight.
Dolgen gets a rebound. Diaz again pressed the issue. Now Castellano down low and threw the ball away, trying to get it to Khalifa in the post, but not a very good pass. Sometimes you got to bounce pass.
Right, yeah.
It's one of the things that Coach Campbell's been stressing to them. That's a play where she's open, but Castellano doesn't have the angle to make that pass. You have to either don't throw the pass, or like you said, maybe take a dribble and bounce it in there, or get a better angle somehow. But you can't just throw it anyway. That's when turnovers start piling up, and wasted possessions.
Rosa just missed the open three, goes out of bounds. So Brooklyn will bring it up. 7:45 left to go in the game. Brooklyn up 71-15.
And speaking of turnovers, Brooklyn doing a good job on CCNY's turnovers, turning it into 39 points on their end. So good aggressive attack by Brooklyn.
Yeah, you saw the way they came out since the beginning of the game, really running and gunning. And that's their game if they're playing it, and they've done a great job of it tonight. Like I said, Walt Vogel and Sandy Diaz have done an excellent job pushing the ball and really keeping their heads up, looking for open people up the court.
Foul was on CCNY. Cancion's going to the line to shoot two. 21 Calderon, her first foul. Team second. Suburvi comes in along with Ramirez. Cancion knocks down the first free throw. Gets the ball for the second attempt. And knocks it down nice and smooth. Brooklyn on a 5-0 run to start the quarter. Ramiro brings it up, gets it over down low, puts it up off the glass, and the basket's good by number 13, Ramos.
Good look.
She's not a bad player, Ramos. I'm sorry there, Sean. She's not a bad player, Ramos. She's made some nice plays throughout the game.
And Cancion.
She's gaining confidence, huh?
Gaining confident in that stroke. Quick release right there, and their second three of the game.
You know you're confident when you get the ball and immediately go to shoot it without even thinking.
Yep. And Brooklyn immediately out in transition here as well.
Oh, that time she made a bad pass. She should have went right to the basket.
Yeah, that's not her strength. She's more of a catch and shoot or catch and attack. But it was a good idea on the unselfish play.
2 straight baskets by Ramos for CCNY. Ramos catching fire for the Beavers.
Yeah. And Brooklyn takes timeout.
Yeah, timeout by Coach Campbell. Like I was saying before, you want to still make your defense solid, in a game like this and work on things. And especially when you have your bench out there that maybe doesn't play as many minutes, you want to give them the same coaching you're giving your starters. And if they're not, executing defensively, put them in the right places. So.
Right. And that will bode well later on down the season, especially tournament time. If you get in foul trouble, you can insert your bench and have confidence that they have playing time and 100%. They're not going to get frazzled.
As you've seen, they've had a ton of injuries this year, so they've really needed that bench to step up at times. So you never want to discount, anything that goes on. Player 1 through 15 is always important on the team. So.
And it's important in practice as well, because if you don't have a lot of players to practice against, you can't really simulate game time situations.
Sure. 100%.
So 6:32 left to go in the game. Brooklyn up 76-19. And again, ladies and gentlemen, the second half of this doubleheader between the men Bulldogs and the Beavers will be about 25 minutes after the conclusion of this game. So Diaz swings over to Daniel, who's checked in on a timeout. Down low to McMullen. Into the paint, we got a jump ball. Possession arrow goes to CCNY. CCNY collapsing on defense, not allowing Mary Dolgen to get that shot up.
Yeah, good defense there by City.
So Ramiro brings the ball up, gets it into the paint. Down low to Suburbi. Basket up by Ramos. Gets her own rebound. Puts it up and in. And the foul. So 3 straight baskets by Ramos.
Yeah, she's really playing well right now.
her third bucket of the quarter, and it seems like ever since halftime, we briefly mentioned in the third, but CCNY playing with a much more aggressive pace, wanting to get to the basket and look to score here.
Yeah, the coaching staff's obviously pointed out a couple of areas where they can attack the zone, and they're executing a little bit better. See if Brooklyn makes some adjustments.
Missed the free throw, rebounded by McMullen. McMullen picked up that foul, her first. Canty now in the corner, back to Diaz. She's going to run the offense. CCNY defensively has picked up the pace. Canty down low to Dolgen. Dolgen in the paint, swings over to Diaz. Diaz shoots the three and banked it.
Bank shot.
She said, I'm calling glass, baby.
The bank is open.
So Rosa, guarded by Diaz, swings it over to Thompson. Swings it back over into the corner. Back to Thompson, moving the ball well. Over to Rosa. Rosa shoots the shot. No good. Rebounded by Daniel. So Diaz going to bring the ball up.
Bro, you see Brooklyn's not really looking to attack right now. With the game in hand, they're slowing it up a little bit and trying to work the ball. Oh, that was a little bit of a rush shot.
Dolgen, good job on the rebound. She'll take it this time.
And that was a rebound by Daniel.
Good job by Daniel right there on right under the basket, right where the ball was, doing the good job of putting it right back up and in.
Yeah, she's such a good player for them because she can score in a number of ways. She can rebound. She gets her hands on a lot of deflections and loose balls. They're happy to have her back for sure.
And that was the fourth foul picked up by number 13, Ramos, as Daniel knocks down the first free throw, extending the lead. They have now hit 80 points. They've scored, the most points they've scored in the season is 86. I think you can say that they're going to break that today.
I don't know, Pat. I think you just jinxed them there.
I hope not. I hope not.
Only 6 points away, just under 5 minutes left.
So again, swinging the ball around. Down low and stolen. Tipped by Daniels into the hands of Dolgen. Diaz brings the ball up. Lets the team get set. Calls out a play. Swings it over to Daniels. Daniel, you can dribble. She does. Swings it over and knocked out of bounds by Rosa. It's going to stay Brooklyn College basketball as Cologne comes in for CCNY, and Khalifa and Castellano come in for Brooklyn.
Daniel and Dolgen will take a seat.
4:19 left to go in the game. Khalifa puts it up and in, and the foul.
As you can see, Noha Khalifa, she's a favorite of teammates, and they're really excited when she can make a play. Hard-working freshman. She's got a great attitude, so her teammates love her.
First foul picked up by Fisher, and Khalifa to shoot. Misses the rebound, but McMullen puts it up. No good. Knocked out of bounds by Khalifa. McMullen doing a great job on the boards as well.
Yeah, Danae, that's one thing she can work on. She didn't have the angle there. Take a power dribble and go up strong instead of rushing that putback. But great offensive rebound.
There's confusion on whose possession it is on the floor. It'll be Brooklyn ball.
Yeah, Brooklyn ball. Oh, no. Oh, I thought it was off.
I thought the same thing, too.
Yeah, so the referees overturned the call. So inbounded to McMullen. 19 on the shot clock. Canton, Castellano. She traveled.
Yeah. Shuffled her feet a little bit instead of coming to a jump stop. She was ready to make the right play, just rushed it slightly.
Let me ask you, Coach, when a player over-accelerates and moves too fast, how do you get them to calm down?
It's difficult. Most players naturally do with experience. For a lot of players, it's when you're not used to the speed of the college game, it can be a little overwhelming, and you can move at a pace that's a little frenetic. But most players kind of get used to it with time and settle themselves down. Part of it has to do with conditioning sometimes.
Okay.
Just being in shape and knowing your body. sometimes, though, it's just, a mental thing. And, oh, wow. And one.
Suburvi with the basket and the foul.
Tough play by her. Good footwork, stepping through the double team, and good touch. But, yeah, it's something that most players will experience, will help. But, some players, for some reason, the game never slows down for them, and they're kind of going a little too fast at times. It can be a coaching thing at times where you can sort of work on really slowing the game down in drills or in scrimmage situations. But for a lot of players, it comes naturally with experience.
Does that also come into play when a shooter shoots short? Like they take the jump shot but only hitting the front rim? Because we saw that last game, a lot of shots being short by both the men and the women.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, sometimes that's a mechanics thing as well. There can be a lot of factors into those short shots. It drives me crazy from a shooting coach's perspective, because I hate when people consistently miss short.
Right.
If you miss one short, you got to fix that thing the next time and not miss short. But
is that also a confidence thing? Also?
It can be, and it also, it could be a fatigue thing. Sometimes the short shots come as you don't have your legs and you don't jump into your shot and follow through and finish and that sort of thing. So.
And for free throws, because Coach Meg before the game told us they work on free throws consistently in practice. That's the thing that they really need to work on, especially coming off a couple of missed free throws at Medgar Evers. For when the player goes to the line, how much of it can be worked through in practice versus it being just a mental thing that they need to overcome?
Well, it's both, because you need the repetitions to be confident at the foul line. But, you've seen it over the years. You've seen NBA players who, they get...
Right.
They can probably make 99 out of 100 in practice, then they get to the line in that big spot, and they might miss two or something. So there's a big mental component to shooting free throws.
Janae McMullen took a three, offensive rebound by Diaz. Can't see him for three, no good. Rebounded by number 30, Ramiro.
Yeah, even that shot from Victoria Cantian was right on target. She hustled back, tried to take the charge there. Good hustle play, just didn't get in position.
And Cologne forced the issue, and she's going to go to the line.
All right, guys. I'm sorry, but I'm gonna jump off right now with you guys. But thank you so much for allowing me to jump on.
Always a pleasure.
Maybe I'll come hang out with you guys for a little bit of the men's game.
Cool,
but enjoy the last 2:56 here, guys.
Thank you, sir. That is former coach and assistant AD, Alex Lang. Free throw is good by Cologne.
It's good to see here for Brooklyn having the reserves play this entire fourth quarter, them wanting to play in stride with momentum, hoping that this could lead to potentially more minutes down the line, especially with the tournament coming up around the corner.
And true. And CCNY, 26 now. They've scored 11 points in the quarter, the most points they've scored in the corner all game. And that's because they did not give up and did not quit.
20 second half points, too.
Diaz traveled. See, again, I wish she'd just take the shot. She had the lane. It closed. Take the jumper. You can shoot. I know she can. We've seen her.
And the shot is there. It wouldn't even be a bad shot if she decided to put it up.
True. So, CCNY brings the ball up over to Cologne. Cologne drives, puts it up. No good. Rebounded by Khalifa. Gets it over to Diaz. Diaz brings the ball up. Swings over to McMullen. McMullen in the paint, puts it up, and no good. Fighting for the rebound. She got the rebound. And stolen by CCNY, but stolen back by Diaz.
Diaz, good ball pressure.
Castellano, no good. Rebounded by Khalifa, no good. Rebounded by Sequitali. Down low and almost stolen. Shot up, no good. Rebound by Khalifa.
Khalifa doing a better job securing the ball when she comes down with the rebound tonight.
Oh, Khalifa got it up, put it back up and in. She missed the first shot, got a rebound, and put it back in.
Good second effort there as well. Brooklyn double comes.
Sakili down low. And jump ball, possession arrow Brooklyn. As McMullen said, I'll grab that. You put it right in front of my face, I'll take it.
As Brooklyn now has 85 points up on the board, 1:15 remaining.
I'm not going to say nothing. Ball inbounded. Coming up on a minute to go in the game. Diaz on the left. In the paint, swings it over to Castellano. Castellano got fouled by Cologne, and that's the 5th foul on CCNY. So Castellano on the line to shoot 2. And a hush falls over the crowd. And she knocks down the first. So Brooklyn has tied the most points they've scored in the season. And she misses it, but we got a foul on Khalifa trying to get the rebound, and that's Brooklyn's 5th foul. So we're going to the other end of the court to shoot 2. 1:03 left to go in the game. Brooklyn College will go to 5-2 in the conference. They even their record overall to 9-9. CCNY will fall to 1-6 in the conference, 1-11 overall as the missed free throw by Ramos.
Yes, this is still a blowout win over a 60-point lead, but it's night and day the effort CCNY has showed from the first half now compared to the second half. Free throws off as well. McMullen with the rebound.
So Brooklyn bringing the ball up. 57 seconds left to go and counting. Diaz brings it over. Swings over to Castellano. Castellano drives, picks up the dribble, swings it back over to Diaz. Diaz pump fakes, pulls it back, swings it over to Cantian. Oh, tipped and stolen by CCNY with 40 seconds left to go. Over to Ramos. Back top of the key, over to Cologne. Cologne drives, puts it up, and throws it out of bounds. It was tipped by Brooklyn. So 25.2 seconds left to go in the game, 14 left on the shot clock for the Beavers. Shots up, no good. Rebounded by McMullen. Shot clock is off. And Diaz traveled. So CCNY can hold for the last shot.
Under their own basket, 17.8 left.
Puts up, no good. Rebounded by Ramos. Shots up and knocked down by Sakichili. 8 seconds left. And Brooklyn will probably not take another shot. And they match the most points they've scored in the season. The final score, Brooklyn 86, CCNY 28. Well, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in. And we're going to go down and get players of the game and the stats. So I'm going to do that. And Sean, you can talk about what you just saw.
A complete performance here tonight by Brooklyn, start to finish, 28. A complete performance by Brooklyn, start to finish, 86-28 is the final score. And the story of the game here for Brooklyn is the production of the bench, the reliable production. The production that has been growing game to game over the course of this season. Just trusting everyone, every player. We saw for the last 10 minutes of that, basically the whole fourth quarter, Brooklyn just continued to pounce, continued to pressure, everyone wanting to show up. Yes, the final score was a 62-point lead, but they never let up. And CCNY, night and day from that first half to that second half, scrambling on defense, making the second effort on offense, making passes, looking for open shooters, whereas the first half was just kind of stagnant and straightforward start to finish. But a great win by Brooklyn, another CUNYAC win for them as they continue strong onto the tournament, as Pat is back with the stats.
I am back with the STATS. We're going to turn that camera around. Come on, Noah. Come on. Is that way? There you go. Turn that way. There you go.
Am I looking that way?
All right, we are here at the end of the game, and we have freshman, big woman, Noah Khalifa here. And Noah, talk about you coming off the bench and being effective on the floor.
I mean, honestly, I just try my best and try and like show up and show out, honestly. Try and show that I have something to prove.
And what do you think you have to prove since you brought it up?
Since like I just started playing recently and I've been just trying to prove that like I can really like do my best out there, and if I put my mind to something, I can truly do it.
Okay.
What does it mean to you as a player in a lopsided game like this? You guys win by 60 to play the entire fourth quarter and get that opportunity just to continue to progress your game and grow with your teammates on the court.
I mean, I guess it just really shows the coaches that like even coming off the bench and we're up by that much, or if I'm coming off the bench and we're losing, which hopefully that doesn't happen, but that I'm still going to put my best foot forward and try my best and really like do the most I could with that opportunity that was given to me.
You've done a great job on the board. You had 6.6 rebounds today, but I've seen you slowly progress as the season goes on, and it seems like Coach is comfortable putting you in the game. How do you feel about the rest of your teammates gathering behind you and keeping encouraging you as you go?
It's honestly like the best family that I've ever entered, and whenever I'm having a hard time or whenever I'm having a bad day at practice, there's always someone behind me to pick me up, whether it's the coaches, my teammates, which are my siblings, like anything, like even if nothing's going on, like everybody always checks up on one another, and I feel like that's what really makes our team the greatest.
Would you say that happened when you guys went to California even more, bringing you guys together?
I feel like, yeah, like, you know, like spending 4 days away from your family and going on a trip, it takes a lot of trust and it takes a lot of love, and just waking up and seeing each other every day and just putting our best foot forward every day to like try and pick each other up, it's the greatest thing.
Going forward, rest of the season, individually, what are you hoping to prove, and not only that, but accomplish as a player on this team?
I feel like every day I feel like every day I just try and put in the work, whether it's coming early or staying later, and that helps, and we all do. Whenever, like, since classes are coming up now, in between classes or anything, we always try and get one another in the gym and try and like get each other to become better.
All right. Well, thank you, Noah, for coming up and continue doing a great play. And can you tell Dior to come on up? Thank you. That was Noah Khalifa, and hopefully we will get Dior Dorsey. And we have the final stats, Sean, and what do you see?
I see a CCNY team that really turned it up here in the second half, only shooting 11 of 56 for the game, but much better than where they started. They had 36 total rebounds, which is still impressive. I mean, compared to Brooklyn 62, but...
And 16 of those was on offensive glass.
Yeah.
And here we go. We got Dior Dorsey here.
Hello.
Slide over just a little bit more. All right, we got the double D here, and talk about it's a big win, conference win.
Yeah.
But how did you guys maintain the pressure against them in a blowout win?
Yeah. I think after the York game, we weren't happy with how we came out. So I think we took that to heart. We've been working in practice, and we just brought what we do in practice to the game. We said we're going to throw the first punch, and that's just what we did.
So let's go back. In the Hunter game, you had 28 points, career high for you here at Brooklyn.
Yeah.
How do you maintain your aggressiveness even when things don't seem to be going your way?
Right. Honestly, I just take what the defense gives me. If I'm feeling hot, I'm going to keep shooting. Like, I worked a lot on my game over the summer, so I'm just trying to show that every single day, every game.
Obviously, we've seen the last couple of games, you haven't really been getting to your floater in the paint, looking to draw contact. Is that something that you work on individually in practice, or is that just a mental thing during the game that you're like, all right, now I have this gap open, let me just go attack?
Yeah, it's definitely something that I work on in practice a lot. Like, my teammates push me, iron sharpens iron, and like, that's my game. I love getting in the middle. I love that little midi. So if I have the opening, I'm oftentimes able to beat my player. That's just what I'm going to do. I'm just trying to do whatever I need to do to make the team win.
Well, you had another double-double, 12 points, 10 rebounds, 5 assists, just being consistent every day, every game. Do you feel that your team feeds off of you and the veterans' energy?
I would think so. Like me, Anna, Alina, Mary, Aaliyah, etc. Like, we all try to lead by example. Like me, I try to lead by example every day in practice. Be on time, hustle, like run as hard as you can, even when your knees is hurting. So, yeah, like I think that us setting that foundation also helps the freshmen want to live to that. But they already had that energy when they came here as well. So they're just getting even better.
Going forward the rest of the season, what are you guys hoping to accomplish? Some big CUNYAC matchups coming up. Is there a game that you're circling on the schedule, or is it just kind of just go with the flow? This team finally has momentum, and you guys are still getting your starters back.
There's a couple of games I have circled. I want to get back at Lehman. They're coming here, so trying to get that game back. Should have lost that game. Trying to get back at Hunter. They're all gonna have to meet us here, and the thing is, we don't lose at home, so I'm looking forward to those games. I have those circled.
All right, well, congratulations, Dior.
Thank you.
Take care, and we'll see you next week.
Yes.
That was Dior Dorsey, 12 points, 10 rebounds, and 5 assists. Oh, I didn't see. She snuck behind me.
Thought you guys would cut me off.
No, we would never cut you off, Coach Campbell. But I definitely did. You snuck behind me. She got me on that one. But you were up huge at halftime. What was your message before they came out?
I thought we came out very strong. My message was that we got to finish it full 40 minutes. We have our bench players in, but we expect the same exact thing when they go on the court. So.
Speaking of the bench coming in, they played the entire fourth quarter. What did you like that you saw them continuing the pressure the whole way through?
Yeah, I thought we did continue to pressure. I thought we could have done a little bit of a better job. A couple uncontested threes they were able to get off. And then I thought we allowed too many offensive rebounds towards the end also. So I let them hear about that in the locker room. But overall, I'm very proud of them.
You shot better from the free throw line. You were 14 of 18. That's an improvement, but still too many turnovers at 28. You caused them to turn it over 35, and you outscored them 45-9 off of those turnovers. So I know you're not happy with the turnovers, but I'm sure you're glad that you're scoring off of the turnovers that you get.
Yeah, no, for sure. It's been a conversation. We got to do a better job taking care of the basketball. We still have Alina and Anna out, but that's no excuse. We all are going at it in practice. We got to just be a little bit more focused mentally.
When are those players that are hurt expected back?
We'll see. We're hoping within the next week or two. So we'll see. We'll talk to Jason and see what their timeline is, but hoping soon.
All right.
Going forward the rest of the season, what do you want the team to continue to work on going into the CUNYAC playoffs?
I mean, we got to clean up a lot of things. I think we're starting to get there. There's just couple tweaks here and there that we got to definitely clean up, and obviously take care of the basketball is one of them. Continuing to crash the boards, push it in transition will be all points of emphasis. So.
Yeah, you had 62 rebounds and 30 offensive rebounds. So, as far as the glass is concerned, you did a good job. You've also done a good job in the past couple of games as well, out-rebounding your opponent, both totally and on offensive boards.
Yeah, I've definitely let them hear it about getting out-rebounded. There's no excuse for us to get out-rebounded, So it's been a point of emphasis once again, crashing the boards, especially the offensive boards. I think we've been doing a pretty good job of. So.
Going into the Baruch game on Tuesday, what do you guys? What's the plan of attack going into that one? Obviously, a much high-profile opponent compared to CCNY.
What about it?
What are you guys looking going into the game? What's the plan of attack coming out the gate?
We're just gonna come out, set the tempo, play to our speed, and similar game plans last time. So we got to just stay focused throughout.
They've gotten better since you've played them here a couple of weeks ago. They're on a little bit of a run themselves.
Yep.
Mia Castile has picked up her game along with Leung. I know you're going to focus on those two, but from that game here, you did beat them by a lot, but they did give you some trouble.
No, yeah, Baruch's a great team, well coached. Every time it felt like at home. I know the score sheet looked like a lot, but every time we went up, they were, kept fighting back. So we got to be ready to go. We're going to their gym. We lost it last year in their gym, unfortunately, but we want to come out strong this time. So.
Right. Well, thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
And we'll see you next Tuesday.
Thank you, Coach. Congrats on win.
All right. That was head coach Megan Campbell. So the final score, Brooklyn College 86 and the CCNY Beavers 28. Sean, we getting ready for another good game here as the men Bulldogs and the men Beavers are both on the court getting wind up. So we're going to sign off here. We ask you to come back in 25 minutes, and we'll have the second part of this doubleheader, 2025 Brooklyn College Bulldog Basketball live on YouTube.com, your home for everything Brooklyn. Pat Brown, Sean McKissick. Tune in 25 minutes.